Tennis taking over New York City. This is the start of it. The U.S. Open starting next week. Players compete for the biggest payday in tennis history. $5 million for the men's and women's singles champion. Fan Week and mixed doubles competition kicked off this week. For the latest, want to bring in former tennis pro coach Brad Gilbert. It is great to see you at the table, sir.
Good morning. How are you? And Fan Week has become massive. They had 78,000 for the 2 days of mixed doubles, Tuesday and Wednesday. So obviously they played that this year much earlier. They'll have well over 150,000 for the Fan Week. So this
even in the lousy weather this week, everybody turns out.
Yeah, amazing. See, this used to be a 2-week tournament.
Right.
And now it's become completely a 3-week extravaganza. And it literally starts on Monday. And now the tournament this year, for the first time, the main draw starts on Sunday. So an extra day, 15 days. And they'll draw over 1 million fans for the tournament.
Is this why the prize money is so much bigger? I know the players have been wanting more prize money, but it seems like if you're getting bigger, you're getting more fans, they should get their share of it.
Absolutely. And we added a 15th day, which obviously makes the tournament go into 3 weekends, more TV revenue, more sponsorship dollars. So definitely the players got a little bit
from the players, too.
Absolutely. And I think it will continue to go up.
In terms of these big purses, how does that change the game, if it does at all?
You know where it changes, Andrew, is for players that are lower ranked,
right,
who are struggling, week in and week out. And when they get into the majors, it makes a difference for them for the next 6 months. For the players at the top, it doesn't change it. Obviously, whether or not you win 3.6 or 5 million.
I'd like 5 more.
Everybody would. But obviously, the players at the top, they're making way more money off the court. So they're doing fine. But the fact that they've raised money dramatically in the first few rounds, in doubles, in qualies, makes a difference to a lot of players.
Okay, so who are you picking this year?
Well, let's start on the men's side.
Okay, because we, by the way, have a lot of gamblers who like to bet on this. There's a guy named Joe Kernan who sits in your seat.
I watched the gambling this morning, and you cannot beat the juice. 10% VIG, listen, if you win 55% of the time, you lose money. So good luck betting week in and week out, but I do understand the numbers. I'll give you a simple number. Sinner and Alcaraz.
Okay.
If you bet on those two guys, they'll be about minus 500. And that's if you get the other 126 guys, including Djokovic. They've won the last 7 slams, so they are a massive favorite. And if Sinner probably is about plus 130 just to win it by himself.
Wow.
So I think Sinner, Alcaraz are a huge favorite. Obviously, Djokovic is basically only playing majors at the moment. And we have 2 Americans after that. I think Ben Shelton's had a great summer, so maybe you want to take a flyer on him. He's close to 30-1, and Taylor Fritz got to the final last year. On the women's side, Swiatek is all of a sudden playing way better. Coco Gauff is the 3rd favorite, and we've had an American woman in the last 4 consecutive slam finals. Look for that to happen again. Okay,
hold on. We got a shot at Coco. You used to coach Coco.
I did.
So she fired her coach. I think she might have fired you at one point.
It happens. If you're in this business long enough, you get the hook.
But she fired him a week before the tournament, which is kind of weird.
Well, she was struggling a little bit. She's looking for a little bit of lightning in the bottle. And sometimes, in tennis, it's not like you have teammates, you have a general man. If things aren't working, you make a move.
Has it ever been a situation where a coach has come in literally like at the last minute and somehow juiced and changed the whole dynamic for a player?
Yeah, it's happened definitely a few times. It's like a new relationship sometimes. It's not sometimes what the coach says. It's just a new voice can help. And if you're not feeling it, you're struggling it, we're in a results business, you can get the hook.
By the way, what are those conversations like? It sounds like you've had a whole bunch of them. You got in a lot of the good conversations where they call you and say, I need your help. And then invariably when things go sideways, they say,
they love you when the results are good.
Right.
And, it's like a stock analyst.
But they also know that you're going to be talking about them on television when it's all over.
One thing is really important. I'm sure you guys have heard. You got to have thick skin. And you got to have confidence that what you're doing. When I'm coaching, the greatest thing about coaching is you're trying to help somebody fulfill their dreams. Try to help them become better. And you don't win the match, you don't lose the match, but you're really trying to help them get to another level. And that's your whole goal. And sometimes when the results aren't exactly what the player wants,
right.
you know, and players now, we grow up in a completely different era. When I grew up, there was no social media, there was no cell phones, no computers. So now so many of these kids have grown up their whole life with that. So they make changes a lot sooner. But one thing's for sure. If you're not playing tennis, you need to be playing tennis. If you play tennis 2-3 times a week after you're 35 years old for the rest of your life, you'll live 9.7 years longer than everyone else.
Wow.
And in the last couple of years,
right.
Forget Ozempic. Play tennis.
26 million people play tennis in the U.S. That's up a couple million from a few years ago.
How many people play in pickleball?
That's what I was going to say. What's the competition?
You know, pickleball is probably somewhere between 7 to 10 million.
Okay.
I play a little bit of pickleball, but pickleball is a lot harder on the body, a lot more jarring moves. But there's room for both. But obviously, there's no pickleball events that have a buzz like the U.S. Open or any major tennis tournament.